I'm Calista Garcia. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm currently based in New York, but I was for the most time based in the Washington, D.C. area. I kind of do folk rock, genre loose music, very influenced by a lot of classic rock and songwriter music and the kind of songwriter um, era of the early 70s, late 60s, and those sort of artists. Yeah, I that's who I am.
I had the opportunity of kind of like snooping around your Spotify account and
Cool.
saw the playlist
Yeah.
of all your favorites on here, and I'm curious, like, how long did it take you to create that playlist?
Is this the Coles playlist?
No, this is actually
Is
your
this
this
Baby
is
Go
that.
Crazy?
Yeah, baby go crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
funny because
saw
it's
it, I
on
clicked on
there.
it.
It's
What?
really funny. So I have like in truth, I have like 70 something playlists.
Ooh.
Um, but I don't share most of those. And Baby Go Crazy is like a really specific end, but it's also just my very favorite. Um, and like I've made 70 playlists or something, and it's embarrassing how much none of them are as good as Baby Go Crazy. So I made it like 2019 or something, and I just kind of kept adding to it, and it's funny because it's kind of it's the music I'm making, but
Yeah.
it's not 100%. It doesn't completely match the music I've done all the time, so it's kind of funny that it's up there with stuff, but it is what I like. It's very good, like walking down the street to get yourself up and going,
Yeah.
move forward, groove based, fun stuff. Yeah, it's sort of those sounds I came to like, and it's very adrenaline. It's a very adrenaline playlist, which I
I
think we
know.
need.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, gosh, what was the one that stood out to me the most? Oh, yeah. I don't see that many people put Father John Misty on a playlist.
Oh, I love
And I
him.
saw him and I was like, oh,
I
okay,
love him.
I'm gonna vibe easily with her. All right, all
I would love to
right.
open for him. I think we have very similar. He's similarly really genre loose and things, and there's a lot I connect with him artistically on. Yeah, I really love him a lot. Yeah.
Gosh. As we jump in from your playlist into your new song that's out now, I'm so curious to learn little bit about how Cole was made, or Cole's.
Yeah. So it's part of a larger project that's coming. I've started putting it out there. I've been like lightly mentioning it to people. But I'm making an album, a full album, a first full-length album. I've had two EPs, but this will be 8 tracks. And this felt like this was recorded within that process, and it felt very much like the um it signals new beginnings. It signals a new thematically, especially it's about making a new change, going in a new direction, and starting a journey. So I felt like it was a good one of the tracks to start with. It was recorded in LA at Pliers Studio with Jim Scott, who's Grammy Award winning, and also like just the best, like one of my favorite people. He comes from, and the place is really like he calls it his recording palace, but it's like a museum of old gear, and he's worked with tons of like artists that mean a whole lot to me, and it has like all this sense of like being in a space with things that came before and celebrating and honoring.
Yeah.
um and I definitely tracked the record that way. It was mostly tracked live with players in the studio, or we all played together, um except for a few things. um it was, yeah, it was a really positive experience. That's like I'm happy to share, because the energy of those couple of days was like, I look back at them and I'm like, those were just really like awesome days I got to experience in my life, and happy moments, and I'm like proud to put that out. um that's about how the recording of the song came to pass, but yeah.
Oh, I love that. So, um, Was it just for that song, or did you do a couple other songs
No,
for
yeah, we
her?
tracked it actually really fast. So we did four songs.
Ooh, okay.
No, so we did four, there were two different sessions, but with the full band, we did four songs each day. And then with beginning tracking to mix, we basically went like a pace of a song a day for 8 songs, which is very
Wow,
fast.
that
But
is
I wanted to capture what happened in the room more than I wanted to like make it pet sounds with overdubs. I wanted to make it about the experience we had together as players and make it as live as possible. Um, and so I wanted to kind of capture lightning in a bottle pace, is what I was thinking of it as.
Oh my goodness, I love that. I love, gosh, and I'm hoping, well, now, like for sure, at least with the first taste of it, it does feel very, I'm not say like raw magic is how I want to like put it.
That's what I'm going for. Like I'm cool with
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because it has that and has that like earthy tone to it, and you adding extra layer to it. Now knowing that it's being done within the realm of a live group as opposed to just pieces here and there. Oh gosh, this adds just to the magic to it. Wow.
Yay.
So, I'm curious in terms of inspiration for writing Coles.
Yeah, so I wrote it a bit ago. Recording is um, something I have to be very deliberate about because monetarily, and so a lot of the songs I'm tracking are songs that have been around for a minute. So Cole's not a minute, but I wrote it 2019.
Okay.
And I wrote it like in a different stage of life. I was like just finishing high school at that time, and life changes were happening. I was leaving behind certain people and places, and being like, all right, no, forging a new path. And since then, there's been other new paths, and what's been cool is that it represents any breaking away and change. So now in my life, by the time I'm releasing again, it's really come to represent the move that I just made to New York, which is this summer. I actually filmed the video like 2 days before I moved, and it felt like a ceremony kind of because we like had this crazy bonfire, and it felt like doing
Yeah.
like a closure ceremony for a blessing for it. So that's kind of how I see it now. But generally, that was the catalyst was those life changes. That yeah.
Ooh. And you did a perfect segue into your music video. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So with the idea of it being like a ceremony of an end of an end and a new beginning,
In the beginning, yeah.
um, I'm curious, how much fun was it for you to do a light dark scene contrast between the two?
It was fun. It was fun. I knew that there was a type of energy I was trying to tap into that I think I've been trying to tap into a lot, which is just that like you talked about the raw magic, the primal adrenaline y self, the part that in some ways it's um masculine energy, but it's also like very very wild feminine energy, and I um like feeling a need to like shake off the craziness and move out of the stagnance, you know, post COVID, post a lot of things. I've really been working through feeling more like empowered and in charge of my life, and less passive and at the whim of things. And so it kind of came to represent that. And I think at that time, like visually, I remember seeing Northman, the Robert Eggers movie with the
Ooh,
Vikings,
I have
and
not seen that one.
it's great. And I was going through something at the time, and I remember seeing it and like thinking, which they're like these like upper taking, insane, brutal Vikings. And I remember just kind of thinking like, man, I want to be one of them. And it was kind of that, and he did The Witch too. And I think between those things, I wanted the video to look very Robert Eggers, and that's what it kind of ended up being, which is fun. And then yeah, and it was lucky the light was even it was a lucky day. The clouds got crazy and it was like about to thunderstorm. And we were like, we picked one day for this shoot and we're doing a night shoot and it's a bonfire. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're this is gonna get interesting. This may all not work out. And somehow we kept recording while the sky was weird just to get as much as we could. And the sky looked awesome for those shots. And then somehow the storm just moved. So we got to reap the benefits of a pre-storm sky, but it was clear for the night shoot. So it worked out. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
No,
great.
and it looks fantastic. Like that music video is amazing.
Thank you. Lainey Wood, director.
Yeah.
Fantastic. My second time working with her.
So, with that in mind, with the fireplace, with the fire scenes and the dark scenes, you kind of there was a little bit of let's say like witchcraft, remnants,
Yeah,
paganism. Is that
yeah.
something that you want to like explore into in your music wise?
I mean, it's something I've always enjoyed and connected with
Yeah.
music. I've actually something that's like on my website, but another thing I never talk about is that I did like write a rock musical about witches once. Um,
Ooh, you now just like turn me into a different category. Rock musical about witches.
that's a whole thing. It's in rewrite
Okay.
purgatory right now. But that was a thing. And you know, I grew up loving Stevie Nicks and all that. And I also just yeah, I mean, I do think old world un non-modern westernized capitalized wisdom and strength and things are really good for us and good to
Yeah.
digest and good to step into. um I think we need to try some other stuff besides what we're being spoon-fed. And
Yeah.
I know that when I connect with those things, when I play the harmonica and dance wildly by a fire, like that feels very good to me. And I
Yeah.
know that being on stage feels very good to me. So in following that, I do tend to drift that way sometimes.
Like we were kind of discussing, this is one part of your album coming out, which is Confessions. I'm curious as to know um what got to a point to where you want to call the album Confessions.
Yeah. Um, there's a lyric on one of the tracks. Um, Confession. I mean, there was a lyric on one of the tracks that I got it from called Trainwreck is the name of the track. And there's a line where I say, call the preacher, I think I've got a confession, and it's a doozy. And I thought it would be fun to say that line and be like, hey, I think I've got an album. And you know, so that was my original idea with that. But but yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of um like tapping into being comfortable with who we are when we're alone and trying to embrace. It's a very it has really confessional moments, but it also has moments that are very it's a really communal album. It's a pretty upbeat album. It's a dancey album, and it's one where I worry a little bit that this is a very self-conscious time we live in with social
Yeah.
media. There's a lot of fear of being cringe and cringing
Yeah.
and fear of enjoying things. And it's an album to be enjoyed. And it's a sort of thing that like, especially because it's like old school, a lot of it is really tied to like nostalgia based music, which is like music by the beach or music to sing with the windows rolled down. And I'm by calling it confession, I'm encouraging people to like try to be the themselves they are when they can like dance alone in their room, sort of thing. And the personalized freeness
Yeah.
that I want people to come out with. That's what I'm going for, is trying to just enjoy and be authentic.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Long-winded
And
way of saying that, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's at least for the first part of the song, For Coles, it definitely makes me feel like, this would be something I would put on my Baby Go Crazy playlist.
Amazing. I love it. I love it.
So, so I had to figure a way to tie that playlist back in there.
Oh no, I appreciate it. All the hype for my baby go crazy. Yeah, my
I saw the playlist and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to look.
it's a good
I'm
one. It's a good one. I
It's
recommend
a
it.
great
Thank
one,
you. I'm really
yeah.
proud of it.
So this is like the part of the show where I have like a couple little conversation cards of random things that I don't have to ask questions. I just have to read. You ready for
Okay,
it?
fantastic.
So, okay. Well, let's do this one. When was the last time you surprised yourself?
Um, I think with that answer, last question, my answer to the last question, I didn't 100% know where I was gonna land with that. Yeah, the train wreck thing until I got there. If I'm being honest,
Oh,
that is the
yeah.
last time. But no, it was like all true and resonated. But I hadn't been asked that question yet because I've been plugging Coles and not the record, so it was kind of
Ooh.
there you
Your
go.
first taste of it.
Yeah,
Nice improv toes. Sorry,
yeah.
dancing away. Which movie would you like to see an unlimited amount of sequels?
um, an unlimited amount of sequels.
Yes, it just continues for as many times as you want.
Mm, this is interesting. Because I think all my favorite things, I'd be so terrified of them getting. The idea of a bad sequel feels devastating. So they have to be amazing sequels.
Yeah.
Um, or ones that I don't care if they're not good.
I think.
I have an answer, and it's not
Oh,
my favorite movie. I just don't think they could mess it up because it's already camp. And that's Witches of Eastwick. I think you can make a million Witches of Eastwick. I'd still be down.
ooh, that's a
I,
great answer.
any way they like got crazy with it, I'd
Yeah,
be in for upping the stakes. I'd still be game, I think.
I like that. I didn't expect that as an answer. Oh my goodness, I like that.
I mean, all my favorites I feel like are more like serious
Yeah.
and wouldn't.
What would be
Um,
the last
like
one
Grease
that?
2 got ruined, you know? So,
Yeah. What would be like the last movie you would expect to have a sequel?
mm, the last movie I'd expect to have a sequel.
Yeah.
Um, some movies I really like Nightmare Alley. They would never
Oh
make a sequel to Nightmare Alley.
no.
No, they wouldn't. And I wouldn't want them to. It was perfect. Um, yeah.
Oh my gosh, these are great answers. Oh my goodness, I'm over here being like, yeah, unlimited Shrek movies. That's an easy answer.
I love it.
I'm keeping it simple. I'm still waiting for Shrek 5.
I mean, hey, but see, those are ones that you can endlessly remake, and no one's
Yeah.
like, you're not
And it's
really.
animated. You don't have to worry too much about the people
Yeah,
doing any live action.
yeah, certainly.
Here. What is a compliment you wish you received more frequently?
Oh, that is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Mm, I wish people would tell me I was funny more. I think
Love
that's
that.
probably the answer. Yeah.
Here. Well, then one last one before we kind of wrap it up. Um, what instructional YouTube video would you be famous for?
What instructional YouTube video?
Yeah, like if you were doing an instructional informational video of like how to do something, what would it be?
Mm, that's hard. Let me think.
This is
That
where
is
your comedy skills will come into play.
my comedy skills. Yeah, great. I don't really want to tell people what to do because I don't particularly enjoy being told what to do. But what could I do? I mean, I teach,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's something I do. I teach music and songwriting and voice and piano and guitar and things. But that's more like here's how to like hone you doing it your way
Yeah.
to make something for everybody. Um, instructional how to.
I know it's a great question.
That's a good one. I mean, I could do, what do people do? Like,
It could be simple as opening a jar of pickles.
yeah, that.
Yeah,
I probably have some good recipes somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, I bake sometimes. I cook sometimes. So a recipe.
All
That's
right.
that's
Like,
instructional. That's like
yeah.
a healthy level of instruction.
So what kind of like baked goods would you do?
I do like fun cakes and things. I'm more in the flavor game than the
Ooh,
yeah.
that's.
It's a
Hey,
thing.
I'm over here referencing a SpongeBob quote over here. Just
Oh yeah.
like
Nay.
opening a jar of pickles here. Or
Yeah,
no, was it pickles? I think it was just him just opening a jar for jellyfish, I think.
I love it. No, that's great. Jar opening.
Yeah.
How to not open a jar.
How,
I could do that.
ooh.
How to not open a bottle of wine. Not good at that.
Gosh,
Um,
same.
I
It's
could do a lot of how to nots, actually. Good
just
at
a
those.
compilation video of how not to.
Yeah, yeah. It would be
Well,
unsuccessful. Um,
but
yeah.
wouldn't you become successful because of that?
Hmm?
You
Maybe, yeah.
become,
That'd be
yeah,
good. Be good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a nice little juxtaposition on that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think so.
so with all that being said, so the song's out now. The album is coming out soon.
Yeah, we have
And
another single coming next, but
ooh,
that's getting announced soon.
where can we be able to find you?
Instagram is good. CalistaGarcia.music. That's good. Spotify, Calista Garcia Music. And also, I just posted about it today. I updated my website. Yay. CalistaGarcia.com. It's got a mailing list. If you want to be my friend, you can join that. Yeah, those are probably the best. Facebook, any of those.